following session will provide more details about state-of-the-art best practices and emerging trends. We will wait just a minute or two for our panelists to join, and we will briefly introduce the companies they're coming from. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
We will just wait a minute or two for all to join. In general question for all of you who already did, a level of energy is high, I believe. You are prepared for this an hour and a half long panel discussion to share details with our audience?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
I think that we are quite ready. We were waiting in the lobby to enter this presentation, so I think that energy is high, and it will be very interesting to see what we have to say today.
Great. I'm going just briefly to proceed and introduce the companies that you are coming from, then leave you the mic to actually introduce yourselves and briefly describe your position to our audience. So today with us we have Spica, HID Global, ASA ABLOY, Renault, Nissan Slovenia, Microsoft, and two colleagues from the Microsoft. If you will, we can proceed with your introduction each by each.
Okay, great. So let me start. I have a short introduction for our presentation, and I just want to share my screen. Okay, and I think I'm sharing it now, so you can see what we are going to talk about. So once again, I would like to thank you all for joining our presentation. From my side, from Spica, and from our colleagues and partners, HID, APERIO, Microsoft, and Renault. So today's topics is how we are going to see how we are seeing the future and transforming physical security with the cloud and mobile access control. So in detail, we are going to talk about access control. Could it be cloud or mobile or both? And this will be presented by our Director of Product Development, Mr. Andrea Pusic. Then HID and Mr. Patrizio Delorme will be talking about the future vision of the physical security and HID mobile access technology. Then after that, ASA ABLOY and APERIO with Mr. Robin Vukelic will be present a little bit about how to secure authentication in a contactless and contact world. Then we have two colleagues from the Microsoft. They will talk more about the security in the Microsoft Azure. And after that, our colleague Andrei from Group Renault will tell more about implementing the system in the Renault. After that, around 3:30, we will have a roundtable hosted by Spica and talking more about new technologies and cloud and mobile access control. So this is a little bit for introduction. I will maybe leave for Mr. Andrea Pusic to say a little bit more about today's topics. Andrea, the speaker is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Dario. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you well.
Okay, great. So my name is Andro. I'm coming from Spica, and I've been in the company from the beginning, and my responsibility is product management. And I'm going to talk you a little bit about our most interesting product for this event, and that's cloud access control solution called Door Cloud. But before that, yes, I thought someone wanted to jump in, but maybe no. Okay. So before I go with that, I will use some time to make a little bit of general overview or introduction to this topic. So um, allow me about 20 minutes, including this introduction altogether. I'm going to try to be very fast. So here is my presentation, just a second. Can you see it?
Yes, Andre, we can see it well.
Okay, so the title is a little bit of a joke. So it says cloud, mobile, or maybe both. And of course, we want everything. And I'll try to give you some explanation and some good arguments for that. Okay. So we are in the midst of, I would say, a huge transformation, which is happening for access control and other physical security applications, like also, for example, video surveillance. And this is going to hit us hard, and it is already hitting. And I think the most interesting thing is to see what forces are behind this. Why is all this happening? So this is, you can see it on my first slide, what I see as the reasons that we are moving now very boldly and very fast. It's first card replacements, then remote control, decentralization, distributed management, and integration. So let's take a minute for each one of them. Nobody likes cards, and they are on their way to extinction. Why? I think everybody knows. So I'm going to move fast here. It is just a hassle for everybody. We don't want cards. What about remote control? Yeah, let's put it like this. It's a new normal. We don't want to go somewhere to do something. We want to do it here, now, from here. If I want to buy me a new shirt, which I already actually have but forgot to put on, we are working for home, not really sky, from the sky, like somebody might think. I don't want to go to a shop. I want to do it from my home, and a couple of days later, somebody will bring it to me. So remote control is new normal. We don't want to do it the other way. If we want to open the door somewhere, we do it using our mobile phone. Decentralization. So you all know we are now working from who knows where. You actually cannot know. And it's also new normal. We don't want to gather to travel and sit in the same room if we don't have a good reason for that. And that's it. Nothing is going to be the same. So, just by the nature of thing, if we are not all the time spending time together in the same room, then things have to be decentralized. And for example, from our business, central management systems, these rooms with big screens and people watching the red lights and pressing buttons and things like that. It's a thing of the past, just not really yet, but very soon. The next big thing which is pulling us or pushing us forward, it's the integration. We all know historically that integration is a difficult thing. We had to spend a lot of energy, a lot of expertise, a lot of research lot of effort to integrate different systems from different vendors and from different generations and things like that. So now when we have cloud, it's all much easier, or it should be at least. And it's a real game changer. You know, now if we want to be in the game together with others, being able to integrate, we have to be in the cloud. So for all of this to be possible, we need this, let's call it enablers. Those are the critical, the key technologies that are allowing all this to happen. And they're already there, you know, so we already very well know these things and we use them already. So it's, I would say cloud and mobile are the key. Wireless is absolutely ubiquitous. IoT, everybody's talking about IoT, and edge, something which is also very important, especially for, I don't know, video surveillance people and these intelligent cameras and distributed computing. So let's take a little bit fast, closer look at this. So cloud, should I speak about, no, let's not speak about cloud. Mobile, why mobile is good? No, I'm going to skip this. Wireless, why wireless? Yeah, no wires, great. Okay, let's move on. Edge, good stuff. We can really distribute the computing power between many devices and so on and so on and so on. I think load balancing and local intelligence are absolutely necessary, and that's the reason why we like to have this new computing paradigm. IoT. Oh, I could speak about this for hours. No, we cannot. So what we can come up with after all of this, you know, now we absolutely need to have a new breed of access control. This is now a new normal access control. It has to be cloud, and it has to be proper cloud, not something that is looking like cloud. It has to be managed. So it's not just selling the solution, but also selling the management for the solution. There has to be a mobile app for that. You know, if we have mobile apps for walking the dog, then we will also have mobile app for access control. And it has to support all these crazy ID technologies that we have accumulated over the time, because we cannot just forget about them. They're going to be around for a long time. So that's the general situation. And now I'm going to talk about us, about Spica and our solution, which is called Door Cloud. So it's based on our access controllers. I can explain it if somebody has some question regarding that. It's hosted on Azure and Amazon, some nice combination. We are working with HID and similar readers when we need readers. We also support OSDP, good to know, and also support APERIO, and I think we have a guy from APERIO here. So we are together. This is how the complete line of our access controllers, you can see it here, just the 3 devices, which is good. Let's move on. So someone would ask, what is that you guys are doing that is so fantastic, so special, so that you are calling yourself the smartest? Yeah, that's a bold statement and a little bit of a joke. We do something which is called readerless. You don't need readers if you want to have access control system based on Door Cloud. You can, of course, we are supporting all these readers, but it is not really absolutely necessary. So what are the use cases? Yeah, readers are not really very expensive. So someone say, well, let's have readers anyway. But sometimes they are. You have these long range readers, special readers, readers for mobile phones, readers for this and that. And more importantly, you know, we are now losing the cards. So the cards are not going to survive for very long. And the end game is migrating to a situation where there are no cards and not so much reason for readers, really. Maybe something similar to readers, but not the readers as we know them. So how does this readerless thing work? I think it's pretty clear. Everything is online, so it has to work. And if there are some questions maybe later, I'm looking at the clock. Yeah, let's leave it for the questions. The point is that we can open door anytime from anywhere, any door, if we want, if we have rights to do that, and so on and so on. But this one, I think it's even more interesting. We have something which is called key link. So we can give access right, a permission to access a door to anyone, even if you are not registered in the system. So it is just a link, like any other URL link. We send it to you via email or chat or any other way. You can even write it down on the piece of paper if you have a lot of time and patience, because it's very long. And then using this link, you can open the door. And this can be very, very handy in a situation like this. I'm sure you know these two ladies. Those are the famous Airbnb ladies, just entering the new apartment, realizing it's really nice. And they've opened it using the key link, because it is the simplest, the fastest way known to mankind. So how this work? Yeah, again, everything is online. So the owner has the app, uses the app to generate the link, send it to the guest. The guest has a phone, probably, also has internet access, and can access using this link our website. There is a page waiting for them, especially for this door, and then they can press the button and the door will open. The turnaround time for our system is about a second, maybe 2, and we are very proud of that. It works really fast, even faster than I speak. So the next slide. Okay, summary. So we are using the state-of-the-art platforms. The security is built in by design. It's already tried and tested for several years. It's very stable, reliable, and secure. We like to stress the fact that this is not, you know, disruptive solution. We don't like it. We want it to be migration and legacy friendly. So not being disruptive is a good thing for access control. It is partner friendly. I'm going to talk about this if I have time. Yeah, I think I have. A little bit later. And it has 2 absolutely killer advantages, which are readerless and key link. So let's move on. Dario, if I'm too long or there are some very interesting questions, we can. Are we good?
Yeah, Andy, you are quite on time. You have 5 more minutes if you want to.
Yeah, that's great.
Tell a little bit more about our business model, and then I have a couple of questions for you also. let's say.
Yeah, now I'm going to talk about business model, and the business model is pyramid, and the pyramid has the best energy. This new age stuff from television series. So what is it? We are not working directly with end users. We call them clients, and we would like our partners to work with them. So we work with partners, and the partners work with clients. That's basically the business model. So we are looking for partners, and if there are some partners listening, please take your number, get in the queue, and we are going to take you on board immediately. So you can see a lot of written things here. So I'm not going to go through this in detail, absolutely not. Let's just say that our business with partners is more or less on case-by-case basis. So, we have to negotiate to see what kind of business are we going to do together, because there are many ways to skin the cat, and we have to talk. Partner to client business, this is something that we really don't want to regulate too much. So basically the partner can work with their clients in their way as they like. What about us working with clients? Well, that's not our intention, but we reserve the right, especially in territories. I think I'm losing myself in the cloud. Something is happening. Okay. So we wouldn't do it unless it is absolutely necessary, either for the customer or the partner ask us to jump in to help with something, then we will do it.
Okay.
Just a little bit about benefits. So I already said we like this one very much, non-disruptive. So it supports legacy and all different kinds of ID technologies. Benefits for end users. I think this show we'll go into very much detail about these things. I would like to stress just higher security and the tricks that we can do with the key link. This is something I think maybe even unique. What are the benefits for the local partner? This is this mythical RMR, recurring monthly revenue, which is a good thing, apparently. There is also this possibility of building a new value for the customer by coordinating and balancing the operations. And as a partner, you don't need to really go deep into IT anymore. Everything is in the cloud. So no servers, no IT expertise, no geeky people like me, and so on. Future-proof. Yeah, we try to be neutral and independent as much as we can. And we try to support things which look like long-term. We have nice integration platform, because integration is the key. I think I'm on time even.
Great timing, Andrea. And as I'm hosting this event, I have a great question for you from the audience. I will, as we have a roundtable at the end, I will give you only one question for the beginning. So, comparing with existing systems, on-premise and the cloud systems, what do you think are the main advantages of Door Cloud compared with them?
Okay, The main advantage is that you can do stuff from distance. This is really very important for users. Anyone who has been opening the door from distance for their, I don't know, or postman or some guests or wife or whomever, knows how indispensable this function is. And for everybody, I think the cloud is better because you don't have to deal with IT, with computers, servers, licenses, energy management, and things like that. So, yeah, the general cloud and mobile advantages apply, and in a big way.
Great. Well, Andrea, thank you for this introduction presentation of Spica and the Door Cloud. Thank you for the answers. And if I may, I will take over now and introduce our next speaker and the lecture. So the next one who will be taking the stage is Mr. Patrizio from HID. And he will talk a little bit more about the vision of the physical security and their HID mobile access technology. I'm sure that you all know HID as the one of the largest global players on the access control industry. And Patrizio, if you are ready, you can take over, turn on the mic, and share your screen.
Thank you, Dario. Can you hear me?
Just a second. I still see Andrea's presentation. So I think that you have an option below for sharing screen.
Yes, I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Now it will be good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Patricio Delorme. I'm Area Sales Manager for the Iberia region. From 1st of January, I will be also in charge of Adria. So nice to meet you and hope to have good opportunities to work together. As you mentioned, the idea is to present the vision of physical access control solution and also mobile access. This is the agenda for the short presentation today. Evolution of credential technology, something about the market research, introduction about what mobile access is, and finally, let's finish to talk about Origo portal. Probably some of you already saw this slide, but it's important to make a wrap up about the history. In the 70s, the technology for identification was magnetic stripe, contact technology. Of course, was not encrypted. In the 90s, was launched the first RFID technology that works in low frequency. Low frequency means good distance, but minimum quantity of information and only transmit in one way from the card to the reader. End of 90 or beginning of 2000 was launched the first smart card that we already know as high frequency technology. It works in 1356 megahertz, and the difference compared with the previous one is basically you have more memory and you have some encrypted information inside the chip. But although this technology was not secure enough, a new evolution or a new generation was launched based on the previous with memory sector and so on, as MyFair or iClass. But the new generation included more security. Basically, it included the security object that protect in a higher way compared with the previous. But the second, third, and fourth technology has a similar concept that all of those, including the information on a hardware, on a chip. The technology that HID launched in 2015, named CIOS, changed the concept of the chip, because nowadays the security is not based on a hardware and is based on a software. That it means that HID is able to place the security of CIOS in a PVC traditional credential or in a mobile phone, as we will see from now on, or even in a watch or in a ring or in any place that a software will be applied. So today, the freedom of the factor is very important. As mentioned previously, probably in the near future, the traditional cards will disappear. And with CIOS, you will be able to use the high security for identification in any factor. Let's talk about something for research. Believe it or not, nowadays vulnerable credentials are still in use. In fact, 51% of the organization nowadays continue using low-frequency cards worldwide. The cards I just present that has more than 20 years old and is a very simple and very cheaper to clonate this card. You can buy a cloner on eBay or even Amazon with less than 15 euros, and you just need to copy and paste the information on a new card. So all the companies, more than 50% that nowadays has low frequency credentials, are under risk. And the most extreme situation with that is probably this company invest a lot of money about CCTV cameras, guards, antivirus, and a lot of security policies, but the vulnerability of the credential are the main topic to discuss, because it's the entrance to the company. Continue with this kind of question we made on a survey together with the ACs. The march toward to mobile is a good news, because 57% of the security director inform mobile access is the most important trend shaping to the access control industry. That is means clearly they will move to mobile identification, leaving back the traditional RFID card. And this is a clear example that a journey started 2017 when the quantity of mobile ID was below of 500,000. In fact, HID at that moment was the only mobile application that was available on the market. But nowadays, we are reaching near to 20 millions. And as you can see, the estimation of IHS, we will duplicate every year even more, reaching more than 80 millions for 2022. This is a clear trend that is happening in the market. And as we can see in the previous presentation, mobile access is one of the alternative that day after day, the customer are choosing compared with the RFID technology. And this decision also involved our partners, our IT department, because day after day, the security area or the security responsible have to work closely with IT. And this number demonstrate that these trends continue happening. 61% working together to establish best security practice for the organization. And 55 working together cooperatively identify and incorporate new technology. It's clear that IT is the main column to support all the technology, as we saw and we will continue seeing in the market. So let's talk about what mobile access is. Mobile access is a cloud service that provides trusted virtual credential for authentication. You have to remember that HID is a company that provides trusted identities. So this is very important for any workplace or even university or government, as we have in some customers. This technology works with two different protocols, NFC and Bluetooth in the case of Android, and also NFC and Bluetooth in the case of iPhone. We have here an asterisk because it's very important to clarify that NFC in the case of iPhone is limited just for student ID in the US market. HID already developed the integration. We have our mobile credential within the wallet of the Apple Pay, but unfortunately is not enabled yet for the rest of the world. For the moment, it's limited and is locked only for the student ID in US, but of course, we are working to try to enable for the rest of the world. But the most important, this kind of reader also support the current RFID credential that the customer has. And this kind of reader supports more than 15 different kind of technology. We can work with EM Marine, Prox, Indala, MIFARE, MIFARE.5, iClass, iClass C, CEOS. So the reader is a very good tool to migrate the legacy technology that normally the customer has to the new technology and support different kind of technology. After the migration was made, we can easily unlock and try to avoid the people continue using vulnerable credential and only leave on the reader enable those credentials has to protect and to keep safe the place. Mobile access is based on 4 main components. One of them is the portal. It's a web portal also hosted in Amazon. And the portal is used just to send or issue mobile credential and to revoke. It's very easily, only you need the name, surname, and email address. That's all the administrator needs. The user or the visitor or the employee will be able to download and use the mobile access. And even it's possible, as you can see in the picture, to support multiple mobile IDs in the same phone. So you can store up to 10 different mobile IDs in the same phone with different formats and different information inside. The mobile ID support different format. So if the customer nowadays has an open format, we can continue with the same format in the mobile ID, or we can also use tracked format or proprietary format or corporate 1000 format. The most important about this technology is each transaction is unique, so can't be cloned, recorded, or replayed. We support Android from 4.3 in the case of Bluetooth and 4.4 in the case of NFC, and iPhone from version 8 and beyond. Nowadays, we support more than 200 devices from different brands: Sony, Huawei, LG, Apple, Samsung, several brands are supporting for mobile access. Another important topic are the readers, although in the previous presentation we saw that it's not needed the readers. In our case, the readers are the main device to concentrate and to receive different kind of credential or to use mobile access. And why is important for us? Because this kind of reader are able to connect to any access control system, wherever, doesn't matter, because we can communicate with the standard WGAN, with the new standard OSTP that is completely recommended, but also support clock and data. So based on the customer access control platform they have today, these readers are completely able to support and to work with different kind of technology. And one of the improvements that this technology has is to be faster working in HID mobile access. And this is because the reader integrate iBeacon technology. iBeacons allows to poll for iPhone and readers vicinity and improve the enhanced tab. What this means that the velocity for the moment any user places the mobile phone over the reader is exactly the same than an RFID card. Nowadays, we are below 1 second to authenticate the mobile ID over the reader, even though if you have different mobile IDs in the same mobile phone. I would like to show you a video where we will see a mobile device with 3 different mobile ID inside, and you can see how the application identified and transmit after verification the information to the reader. As we saw in the video, is very quickly, and we are simulating a main entrance 9 a.m. During the morning, where several people are trying to go into the turnstile or any access. And as you saw, is very, very quickly the authentication and secure. What is necessary to send a mobile ID to you or to any employee? Just to go into the portal to log in, and after that introduce email address, name and surname. Automatically an email will be sent to the email address that the user has, and will be necessary to download the app. And after download the app, the person will have the mobile credential download on the mobile device and simply place the mobile ID over the reader and transmit the information to the controller. We have 2 different modes to use the mobile access. Tap, that simulates the RFID action, where you place a mobile device over the reader with a short distance, similar to NFC. And Twist and Go, where you can send the signal from long distance, mainly for parkings or garage, where also is possible to define and to set up the distance supported on the reader. The maximum distance in Twist and Go is up to 10 meters because it's the Bluetooth protocol. Mobile access also supports Android Wear and Apple Watch, or any other device that run with iOS or Android. For example, an iPad or any other wearable that supports Android or iOS. What are the benefits to use mobile access? Mainly 3: convenience, efficiency, and security. You can also can use mobile access for different applications more than access control. For example, secure printing, time and attendance, vending. Our biometric device also supports mobile access or even lockers. You can use just one card or different cards depending of the third-party provider. Another advantage of mobile access is in the previous, when HID launched this technology, you have to buy each credential per user. But nowadays, it's a service. That it means I can send a mobile ID to a visitor, and when the visitor has gone, revoke the mobile ID and send the same mobile ID to another visitor. And it's more convenient for the company, the subscription model. Finalizing, let's show you Origo. Origo is our cloud platform that delivers integrated access control services through an API. That means you can use our Origo portal, or also it's possible to integrate our Origo portal to third parties, as we already have with some partners or even end users. Final, and the most important for me, is the regulation and certification. HID Mobile Access was the first 20,001 platform certified and also complied with GDPR and several regulations worldwide. Nowadays, we have different kind of customers using mobile access: banks, government, university, private company. Several companies are using mobile access. In fact, we already deliver more than 1 million of mobile credentials since HID Mobile Access was launched. So from my side, I open to answer if there is any question.
Hello, Patricio. Thank you for the great presentation. It was very interesting, especially the part with HID Mobile Access and your vision about the future and the plans of for the mobile HID Mobile license. Sorry. I have a question, as we are tight with the time, so I will give you only one question again, and this one is connected also with the graph that you showed at the beginning. What do you think are the main drivers of your HID mobile app sales in the future? Why do you think you will establish those results you were planning for the 2021 and the future? As I see, it's quite a growth of a couple hundreds of %.
Yes, honestly, with the COVID, we felt an acceleration about the implementation of mobile access. Of course, the people try to use their own device or try to avoid any contact. So the mobile phone is something that we all the time keep, and of course, it's not something that we share with the rest. So we have a very good performance this year, and as I showed you previously, we expect to growth in 2 digits every year from now on till 2 or 3 or 4 years beyond, because the mobile access implementation demonstrate is secure. It's possible to revoke in case of someone stolen the mobile device, or you lose the mobile device, and it's necessary to unlock the device to enter to a facility. So nowadays, mobile access comply with all IT and security requirements. So I'm completely sure this technology arrived to keep with us for the following decade.
Great. Interesting technology, and we already see that it's becoming a part of our daily lives, and I'm sure that you will reach the goals. Thank you for the time, and I will move on now to the next topic in our agenda. Robin is with us, Robin Vukelic from APERIO, and he will talk about how we can secure authentication in contactless and contact world. Robin, I think that you are with us, and the stage is yours. Try to tell us something.
Sorry to inform you, but Robin has just signed out for the reason unknown.
Okay.
Oh, he signed in again. Okay, okay.
Technology. It's like maybe internet connection is not
Here he
okay.
is. Yep.
Robin, I see that you are with us and back. Do you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Great. I made an introduction of you and your company and the presentation, so the stage is yours. Take over. We can hear you. We can see you and share the screen if you have a presentation.
Thank you. First of all, let me apologize because of some technical problems, but I am here.
No problem. You were only 1 second missing. So
okay, perfect. So hello everyone. It is nice to meet you in this virtual conference hall. As Dario mentioned, I am from Asablo, responsible for presenting digital access solution for our Adria market. And after Patrizio and his HID presentation, you probably know about Asablo and what we do and how we do it. We are going to mainly be focused this presentation towards APERIO wireless locking products and portfolio that is going to work with Spica cloud solutions. So what is Asablo in general? So you can get information that we are the global leader in access solution with around 50,000 employees all over the world with around 9 billion euros of sales, and we operate within over 70 countries with our offices. What is the main incentive regarding digital access solution and the new future of Asablo is definitely going towards wireless and going towards digital solution, and APERIO is one of those. So why is APERIO important, and why is APERIO, what is APERIO bringing new to the table on the market? So it is, as it's self-explanatory, a wireless solution. So it's energy efficient, it is quite easy to install, and management time is extremely reduced because of the installation time and maintenance time regarding our products. Let's see what APERIO is all about. So you have the easy integration part. The devices are installed over our hubs. There are a couple of versions of our hub connections, and also you have two options to work. Is it offline or in online mode? And we'll get to that. It is quite fairly easy to set up. It is connected to electronic access control systems that are currently available. And the product is definitely internationally and worldwide available. So it has all the standards that is needed to be implemented to doors. The benefits of the systems is that it saves time and money, and it is cost effective. We had the pools, and we had a lot of investigations towards European and international and the American and American Pacific markets to see what is the cost effectiveness of our products. So we summed up that our products can be up to can consume up to 75% less energy than compared to electronic locks. They save time and money. As you know, the average person loses as many as 3,000 items over a lifetime, and top of the list are their keys. And we say, okay, forget about the keys. We would like to have one specific, let's say, key tag or card or mobile, as we all of us already have it by our side all of the time, to have it at one place, to make it seamless for entry and to make it even more secure. And we summed up like 10 ways APERIO puts you in control. So you have multiple RFID support. So all of the available cards are available for APERIO products. You have BLE technology that is available, heartbeat communication, USB interface, and it is extra safe. You have privacy function, and it is quick to set up. So as you can see over this slide, you can save more than 80% in labor costs during installation. There is additional benefits. There is no open walls, no drilling dust around premises. Also, when talking about cost-effective solution, it, as mentioned before, saves more than 70% energy, and maintenance costs are 28% lower than the wire ones. So let's jump into our APERIO technology overview. So as mentioned, there is offline and online mode. In offline, you can easily integrate with any existing access controls. You can have more control through audit trail, adjustable validity times, and the door alarms and office mode. Also, it is upgradable. In online mode, you have real-time monitoring, real-time log to system communication, instant audit trails, also easy communication to other electronic access control solutions, and doors via communication hubs. And when it comes to hubs, we have a couple of different versions. So first one is IP hub that is connected up to 64 doors, and it could be connected to over cloud to APERIO online solution. Also, there is ARIS 485 up to 16 doors. That is low installation costs, and also it fits in standard flush mounted boxes, so it easily connects to pretty much all the installation required. Also, vegan one-to-one communication is available as well. When it comes to locking devices, we have a vast portfolio of our products, and you can see on this picture how they look like. So they have multiple purposes and multiple usage of each and every one of them. And they're specific about, they are robust and reliable. All of them are battery powered, and you have extremely broad device range. And as you can see later on, they can be fitted for wooden, aluminum, glass doors, and including for most cabinets and server racks. So as seen here, this is electronic cylinder C100. That is the cylinder who is extremely easy to install, only in 2 minutes, and where you can have the access control solution for, let's say, retrofitting the current projects. Also, there is E100, like Escachin, that is completely convenient for interior doors, and also this one is arriving in BLE Bluetooth low energy mode, so you can use it either through card, either through a Bluetooth, or with a keypad. Then you have L100, that is also for easy installation for current doors and retrofitting. There is H100, that this product has won a lot of and many awards on the market. It is in our Adria market extremely well recognized and utilized product, because only the handle is needed to be installed on the doors, and within the handle you have the reader and access control in one device. Also, there is a LED indication for instant visualization if you are granted or denied access, and so forth. Also, KS100, that is the latest product that we offered on the market. It is for server racks, and that product can be easily combined with other products and easily be set up for only administrators to be able to enter them and maintain the servers. As mentioned before, here is the architectural glass solutions. So all of the products could be fitted on the various types of doors, and we have a couple of projects with the glass doors that we eventually won because of the functionalities and benefits of these products. Also, solution is covering all the relevant RFID technologies from sales to iClass, MyFair, DESFire, Allergic, HID. And when it comes to mobile technology, NFC and BLE are covered for a couple of or all the products. And let's say why APERIO is the best product and best solution for the market is, let's say, in this left and right, like expand and lower part, you can see the benefits and all the benefits that the solution can bring to the table. So it can anytime expand the electronic access control system with the new doors. So it is scalable solution. It is easy to be convenient for easier keyless access and mobile access. Security level, it's sending and receiving audit trails for monitoring the personnel and staff. Also, it has integrational options, wide device range for all types of openings, and multi-factor authentication. So RFID PIN, RFID plus PIN, or mobile credential, and so forth. And also at the same time, it is lowering costs, cost of administration, of operating and maintenance and installation as well. Time, fast and easy installation. The risk from lost credential, so you can forget about the keys, use smart credentials, wiring and business disruption, and of course energy consumption, because all the products are battery powered, that can reduce your bill and help with sustainability goals. So that is all about APERIO for now. So any questions?
Robin, thank you.
Yeah.
It was interesting and fast, also on time. Okay, I have some questions for you from the audience. So let's start with the first one. Comparing, so you were talking a lot about the functionalities of the system, energy efficiency, and practical usage of the APERIO locks. And we have a question from the audience. How many of your users currently are using your APERIO locks, but without RFID card? So with some other form of identification, maybe mobile phones and that kind of applications.
Thank you for your question. As the BLE within APERIO is a relatively new technology that is implemented, because all of the major cards are used for now. This is a project that we are still involving and emerging couple of new opportunities, and we are currently having only a few projects with mobile credential entry with APERIO door locks.
So great. Maybe second question is connected with your product. So the question is, as you are for manager for the Adriatic region, can you expose let's say one product that is driving most of your sales that is most interesting in the Adriatic area currently?
Yes, of course. The H100 that mentioned before, the handle itself that is containing the RFID sensor, so you have all the access control solution between only one product, let's say like a handle with the LED indicator. It is extremely well recognized and utilized product on our market. And also as we brought the KS100, the cabinet server lock, that one is having its traction as well. So we are planning to move that product towards the data centers and server cabinets and multiple projects as well. So those two products I would probably pick out from the portfolio.
Great. As we have 2 more minutes, I will give you the third question, and I like this one also. If you can move only to because it's the question for both of us, to the slide where you show the hub. So the question is, do DoorCloud and APERIO locks work together? So would you start the answer, or should I take over.
Please, you can start. Let me then jump in if necessary.
Okay, if you move the slide to the APERIO hub, so yes, the answer is yes. We are connected with the APERIO locks, and we are communicated with the hub. Hub is then communicating with the wireless doors, wireless locks, and door cloud controllers are communicating with the APERIO hub. That's the yes confirmation.
Correct. And we are happy to. Yes, we are happy to collaborate with you and have all of our products, our APERIO portfolio compatible with your platform and with your system. Let me then jump in if necessary.
Okay, if you move the slide to the APERIO hub, so yes, the answer. Okay, now I'm hearing someone entered the side with the hub. I'm hearing myself because someone is watching this live in the market. But thank you again, Robin. Thank you for the interesting presentation, and we are moving forward. We are on time, so the next presentation from us is Microsoft, and I think that Eugen and Igor are ready to take over. So Microsoft will present us a little bit more about the security in the Azure server. So never trust, always verify. Igor and Eugen, you can take over.
Dario, thanks for inviting us today. Yes, indeed, we are going to speak about the Zero Trust journey. It all begins with never trust, always verify. It is a journey, so we are going to learn what's on those 3 dots, and then what are the innovations that Microsoft did on the Zero Trust framework. So together with me, Igor Pavlekovic, both of us are the cloud solution architects for security and compliance. We work for Microsoft in Central and Eastern Europe. Igor, we'll start with this journey, and Igor, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. So hello, everyone, and I would like to thank Spica for being invited to this session. Warm welcome from Zagreb, Croatia. And of course, as Eugen stated, we are going to speak about something completely different, and that's actually the cybersecurity or information security in this manner. So what we are seeing currently in the security landscape of information technology is that attacks are getting more and more sophisticated than ever. Some statistics say that, and that's Microsoft internal statistics, that more than 50,000 identities, corporate identities, are being attacked every month. So that's, can you imagine that almost a huge amount of attacks are coming directly through the identities, meaning some sort of the combination of username and password that are being tried to exploit to get more access. After that, malicious code is being injected in the environment of the customers, and we need to be aware that 93% of that malware that is not wanted, any kind of software code that is running, is being polymorphic. What does that mean? It means that it's changing, so it could evade classical security systems, right? And 2 more staggering statistics say that less than 48 hours is needed if a malicious attacker infiltrates into the network, that after 48 hours, he will be able to control the whole network of the environment of the customers. One more really important thing to know, that majority of the old systems, traditional systems, I would say, takes more than 150 days to identify attacker in the environment. So they are not going to even be aware that attacker is in the network, that is doing something, taking over files, etc. So with that approach, one buzzword I would say that is there out in the wild is called zero trust. And what does that mean actually? So it means that you access different kind of data, different kind of information, what we are actually protecting in cybersecurity, and To be able to do that, we need to employ different way, because, for instance, in current situation where majority of us are working from home, or we are not anymore fixed in let's say borders of our company secure environment, we need to employ different approach, different techniques that are going to drive us through the journey of the protecting the data. So you can see on the slides that all of different areas are being combined. So we are speaking about people, different workloads, infusing artificial intelligence, and devices that are being used to access the data needs to be verified. That's the important thing. So if we go to what does it really means, as Eugen mentioned, there are three basic steps. So what we are saying, first, verify explicitly. It means that every action needs to be verified. So never trust actually no one, nothing. When you get identity that is trying to access the data, verify that identity, verify that actually the device is secure. Use least privilege access. That's something I would say mantra in the cybersecurity space for a lot of time, but still we are seeing basic users that have administrative access implement least privilege access, meaning give administrative privileges for a specific time to a specific user for a specific task, not give them everything out of the box. And always assume breach, meaning always behave in the environment like you are being breached. So with that, I'm going to handle to Eugen to speak a bit deeper into those topics.
Absolutely. Thanks, Igor. So assume breach. This is very important, as Microsoft actually introduced this terminology into the Zero Trust Maturity paperwork. We have to assume that a breach can happen at any point in time, and we need to be ready for any eventual attack. So as attacks are getting more and more complex, right, the attack vectors are very dynamic. We are seeing a tremendous growth into the way we need to handle and think proactively on the ways we need to handle these sort of attacks. And okay, what would be the first question? How do we start? How do we start on this Zero Trust journey? Usually we start from the very first concept. Never trust, always verify, or verify explicitly. And it's not only about the internal employees. It can be any external entity. It can be collaborators. It can be a third-party identity that we can use in a B2B fashion. So it's all about collaboration today, right? We heard that everything, including identities, are moving into the cloud. We're seeing this shift. And actually the very start of a zero trust mindset has to start from here. Don't trust the identities, verify them explicitly at every point of the entry for a data request. Now, the mindset is different. As Igor mentioned, we have to assume that every resource, every data asset is like on an open internet. And with that mindset, we need to start thinking differently around what's the intent of that identity, right? Does it want to connect to a particular resource? What's the level of classification, for example? What's the workload? What's the location? What's the data residency? And therefore, there has to be a real-time scoring associated with that. So what we have done at Microsoft, we have created all of our security, compliance, and identity solutions around the identity element, the modern identity, which is cloud-born, Azure AD, and therefore all the new solutions like conditional access is really focusing with identity as a top of the mind tool that has to be used holistically and effectively end-to-end in order to reduce that dwell time or medium time to detect a breach that Igor mentioned, which is almost half of a year to actually detect a breach in an enterprise environment. That's phenomenal. So In short, our zero trust journey should focus on two pillars. What you see here on the left-hand side, identities and devices, are actually what we call at Microsoft Security a baseline security. All of our partners and customers have to be used to this approach, have to understand that protecting identities and devices is what we call security hygiene. What you see on the right-hand side is actually the advanced security. We look into the threat protection. So one of these solutions, the Microsoft Defender stack, but not only within Microsoft estate. It can be a hybrid cloud, it can be on-prem environment together with applications. So adaptive access is paramount to what we do together with our Microsoft Information Protection Framework. So with that in mind, I'm moving here to what we have done across the last 5 years into this zero trust journey, internally within Microsoft and externally for our customers. So we have built, together with machine learning and artificial intelligence, this engine, this very powerful engine, which relies on the Intelligent Security Graph, which is based in Azure, which is doing phenomenal work based on more than 6.5 trillion signals that we are getting daily. Based on that one, we assess the users, we assess devices, and based on the risk scoring that we are running real time based on those two, which are part of the baseline security, we then look and create the relevant decision set that goes into the Microsoft Information Protection and Cloud App Security. Igor, can you walk us through a bit of what is the role of Sentinel here?
Yeah, so what I wanted to add into this slide and what Eugen said is actually that we are not just only supporting Microsoft Cloud. We've heard during this presentation on multiple occasions usage of AWS, Amazon, Google Cloud. So those technologies that you can see are not tied only to the Microsoft product. And we are working with other vendors to bring the same basically solution into that. And regarding Sentinel, that you can see at the bottom of this story, Sentinel is the underlying layer, or I would say when you look at it, it's on the cherry on the top that is going to give you basically bird eye overview what is happening with your digital estate. So Sentinel is natively cloud-born CM and SOAR solution. If you are not familiar with that, you can think about it as one engine that correlates different information into one meaningful action or one meaningful incident when we are speaking about cybersecurity. And the power of Sentinel is that it's actually able to automate all the tasks that the people need to do in terms of to remediate, to investigate, to heal environment and kick off, for instance, malicious person in that. So Sentinel is the modern CM and SOAR system. Nobody else has something to offer similar, but the Sentinel is not the solution for itself. It needs to connect to different sources, to Microsoft sources, to Cisco sources, to Trend Micro, to different vendors to correlate all the data, Bitdefender, to different vendors to correlate data and give you actually one view of the incidents on itself. On the next slide, we are going to see one of the case studies that one of the customers actually did in our region. So we are speaking about Zagrebački Holding. It's the utilities company for city of Zagreb that provides different services from transportation, commercial activities, energy services, etc. They were utilizing the old traditional way how to build big data center that can handle a few thousand of their users in different companies. But they realized that they cannot provide the level of security, level of physical security, level of informational security with building that environment by themselves. And they decided to move into not just only cloud, not to transition just to services like Office 365 or utilizing modern device management with Windows 10, but actually to implement Azure as the world computer, as we like to call it, as services from the public cloud, with addition on the enterprise mobility and security. And they are one of the companies that have publicly stated that they are implementing zero trust principle in their managing of the complete digital estate in terms of the informational and cybersecurity for their applications, their services, their customers in basic. One more data that I'm going to share, which is staggering, that if on user level we implement multi-factor authentication, the possibility that that account is going to be not compromised, but try to be compromised is going to be lowered 99%. So just one implementation of multi-factor authentication gives that big actually difference in terms of the cybersecurity.
And that's why identity is at the core of our solutions. Absolutely.
Exactly. And at the end, what we want to share with you is actually something that we are doing with our partners. So if you are interested, we are offering something that we call cloud accelerators or partner workshops that are going to drive you into the world of cybersecurity. As you can see, they are tailored for different stages of the customers in different basically stages of the road to the cloud or to the complexity of the cloud environments. So we can offer something for the customers that even are not using cloud to enable them to secure their remote working in current situations when, as we said, people are working from homes, from living rooms, kitchens, coffee shops, if they are still working, all over to the most advanced situations with customers that are really building their own security operation center where we can go with advanced security and compliance, especially, for instance, in highly regulated industries like FSIs, like governmental institutions, military, etc. Right? So there is plenty of things to choose from. If you are more interested to find out about these workshops, we are inviting you to contact your Microsoft partner who is going to be able to actually drive you through this workshop. The link aka.ms Cloud Accelerators, you can see more details about it. And of course, reach out to your Microsoft representative for any further information. Eugen, anything to add further?
No, it's encouragement for all of us to actually detect where are you into this cloud journey. Identity and devices are paramount, especially into the secure remote work. And please rely on us and our partners to really drive this forward. Think about this as discovery sessions where you're just going to learn about how you can use our tools on your zero trust journey. Exactly. So Dario, thanks for the invitation today.
Thank you, Eugen. Thank you, Igor. It was very interesting. And I have a question also for you. This one didn't come from the audience; it's mine. But interesting presentation, and we were talking today about physical security and cloud solutions, cloud and mobile solutions. And people are, in this case of physical security, are not always trustworthy to this new technology and new trends. So that's why we are working a lot on evangelizing these new solutions. So my questions to you: you mentioned a lot about artificial intelligence and machine learning, and what kind of data is being used for to being fed to fed your algorithms behind collecting this data? Can you tell us more about this?
So it's a really good question, and if you listened for the Eugen story, he mentioned on the last slides where he actually showed the machine learning and artificial, intelligence, that driver. He mentioned something that is called secure intelligent graph. that's basically, you can think of as a place where we collect different signals from multiple sources. And that's really important to understand, that those sources are coming from different endpoints. So we are speaking about, Microsoft is offering services not just only to enterprise customers, but we are offering services as well to the end users. We are in the something that is called MISA, Microsoft
Intelligence Security Association.
Thank you, Eugen. I'm not really good with acronyms and names, so Eugen is helping me with that. So those are basically partners, and all of that signals are coming to one location that is called Secure Intelligent Graph. You can think about it as a huge data lake of different signals, different activities that are happening. And machine learning algorithms and artificial intelligence are crunching that data continuously to offer immediate protection when something is detected not as basically it should be. So as you can see, everything is connected, everything is in cloud. So we are enabling with that we detect and protect our customers immediately after something fishy is happening to maybe customer on completely different part of the world, or if, for instance, somebody is trying to attack our Xbox network for gamers, we are going to implement the remediation path immediately to all of customers in our that are using this approach of conditional access, let's say.
Great. Stay with us. We are coming back soon with the roundtable after our next presentation, and let's talk like this. Slovenia calling Slovenia. Andrej, how are you doing? You are our last presentation, but I think most interesting. Do we hear you?
Yes, I hear you. So I guess that the connection in Slovenia is okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so Mr. Andrej is coming from Renault Nissan, Renault Group, and Spica won the last year's competition with the case studies where we present on Security Summit some real live cases. And last time we won with NLB Bank, and this year we said, okay, we won't compete, but again, we want to show that this technology is working, and that's why we invited Renault Nissan and Mr. Andrej to tell us a little bit more how they are driving their transformation to the cloud, and what kind of technologies do they use in the cloud. So Andrej, take over, and you can start with the presentation. We see the screen.
Yeah, great. So thank you for inviting me, and for inviting us to share our success story in Adriatic. So I will not introduce Renault and Nissan as such, because I do believe that Adriatic knows the two brands quite well. But we are not only representing those brands, we also have some other brands as well. And the case with us is also that we are working through the whole Adriatic region. So we actually, when we come to search for a partner in our ventures, we are always searching for a partner that can actually support us throughout the whole Adriatic region. And in this case, yes, we did have a tender for access control, and to clear our pain with security, basically physical security within Adriatic region. So our pain points, as Andrea mentioned at the beginning of his presentation, was also having lots of cards distributed throughout Adriatic. At one point, being an Adriatic scope person, I had 9 different cards to enter different premises. All were basically managed by different systems, different operators, and so on. So one can imagine that having one company that, or let's say one group of people that are working together every day, traveling from site to site and so on, having all those different accesses, different managements, different solutions and so on, was a real pain, and we overcame it with our partner Spica, and we came with a simple solution. These are, as you can see now, our main sites, our main headquarters, or in the case of the last two pictures, these are our training center and our warehouse, and also the different brands that we support. In some cases, these are also different legal entities that we have to also take care or in consideration when we are deploying any solution. So what we did not abolish all the cards, because actually the cards themselves do present a special purpose for us, and this is that the employees have sort of identification with having a card that is unified through the Adriatic. Unfortunately, Johnny English is not our employee. He's just here to state the case. And let's say the image of one of those identity cards that function as well for accessing the premises of our premises, so that our employees can actually enter. As you know, and as you also seen in the previous presentations, yes, keys get lost. However, if a card is also your identification, this losing does not happen very often. And in the case in the cases that we had before, it was really a difficult way when a card would be lost to actually take the lost card out of one system. So in this case, the cloud and different administrators within different countries was really suitable for us, because now one person, I don't know, maybe from Slovenia or from Croatia or from Serbia, being an administrator of this cloud, can actually disable a lost card, and the security, or let's say lack of the security, if a stolen card would be used, is then not a threat to us anymore. So in this, we quite successfully managed to implement it. And also our employees are really happy now, because they can really transition from site to site and only have one card, and know that when they come to the premises, to our premises, that card will function. And as I said, additionally, this is also their identification. So right away, if someone is not wearing their identification card, you know that it is either someone that is visiting, or maybe somebody that should not be on the premises unescorted at the least. So this is the story that somehow encompasses all the solutions that were presented before. Yes, we do use the HID readers with the possibility of mobile phones. And as I said, for us, still the card presented as an ID card is still a solution. So we are not all using the mobile access or mobile phones to unlock our premises just because of that. However, it's a great function that came in quite handy, as well as the presented key link. We also use that one in several occasions, where access to a person that needed a special access to some premises, some let's say room that this person usually does not have permission to enter. So this is briefly our experience unifying the whole Adriatic with the solution, with basically all the solutions that you've seen presented before. And yes, thank you, Dario, and your team that you supported us. And as you probably know, we are also moving forward to the parts where we still haven't implemented the solutions in full. So
yeah, great. Thank you for this introduction. Maybe Andrei, for you, I didn't hear the information, but how many users daily now use access control in the cloud?
Yeah, so we basically have around 200 to 300 users that have assigned cards and access to premises.
Great. Second question for you. We in Slovenia are, let's say, in some smaller lockdown in the last couple of weeks, but during this period of COVID crisis from the March to today, do you see any help from this contactless and readerless technology? You said that you are using also key links probably with the guests coming to the company. How do you see this cloud and contactless technology helping you with your daily work?
Yes, actually, within the lockdown, the cloud is particularly helpful for us because our, let's say, system administrators that are administrating the door cloud system are not working at premises, and this is a really good point that the cloud can take care of such cases. As in previous implementations that we had, someone had to actually come on site to administer and let someone in and so on. So the cloud solution and the key link comes in handy here really well.
Great. Music to my ears, and I hope the audience also liked your answers. Okay, so we came to the last part of our presentations today, and we will have a short roundtable. This one will be managed by me, and I have now our questions. So far, you have heard the audience questions, but I will now direct a little bit about to make a wrap up of this panel today, where we were talking about cloud and mobile access control. How secure is it? What kind of technologies we can use it? What kind of trends are following us? So let's start first with the Microsoft. Everything comes from the Azure. Everything comes from the cloud. And I will start with the Microsoft and questions for them. So I think Igor and Eugen, are you still with us?
We are, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, great. So I have two questions for you. First one is coming from the security, and how do you describe, how do you explain how secure is Microsoft Azure? You were talking about Zagrebački Holding and said that it was too hard for them to provide the same level of security in that scope. And tell us a little bit more. How secure is your Microsoft Azure?
Yeah, so that question is actually not easy to answer, but I'm going to do some comparison to, let's say, you have bought the car, as we were speaking about Renault, right? And imagine that you take that car, which is kind of new application or some service that you are offering to your customers, and that you are not taking it to the authorized shops for the repairs, but actually using the garage, some garage repair shop that you have. How that car is going to look like? So it's cars are kind of really even connected now, but they have a lot of electronics. They are not anymore, you know, the wrenches and just oil changing. It's much more than that. So basically, the similar thing is happening with cybersecurity and public cloud as well. So as I said, we like to see Azure as the world computer, meaning that we have more than 55 regions, if I'm not mistaken, currently in the world. And when I say region, it's not the data center. It's actually the huge amount of data centers that are interconnected and working together for our customers. And you can imagine the amount of the security that we are posing into protecting of that.
Can I ask someone else to mute it down so we can hear Igor better?
Okay, so do you hear me well now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's on Andrea's side.
We again hear someone. So Eugen and Amar and Andro, if you can mute yourself.
Okay. So what I wanted to say is that Microsoft is investing heavily in the security. Why? Because our actually business model has changed. We are not anymore a software provider. We are a cloud provider as the company. And if we want to succeed in that world, there is really tiny bit of unwanted things that can happen in terms of the cybersecurity. If we were kind of hacked, let's say, Azure, all of our customers could easily switch to different cloud providers because we are living in that world. It's not hard to move from Azure to AWS or from AWS to Azure to Google Cloud, whatever. So we are not the only players in the world, but the amount of money, amount of people that we are investing in cybersecurity is super high. We have around 3,500 people daily working on protecting the public cloud infrastructure. You can imagine the amount of people that are sitting actually in 3 regions of the world, and they are constantly fighting among each other. So we have blue teams and red teams. We have attackers and the people who are protecting the environment, right? So we are following all the basic security threats that exist visibly or invisibly to predict what will happen and how to protect our environment. One more thing to add on top of that. You said that Spica has the system that is built in Azure, right? Yes. So you are utilizing us as the platform provider. That's really important. The second part of, I would say, responsibility, the first one is on Microsoft to provide secure infrastructure for the platform itself. But to protect application, to protect data, we are giving you tools, but you need to implement them to protect it further, right? So it's kind of shared responsibility between us, where we are providing the security of the platform. And it's a huge amount of things that we are doing. DDoS protection, as I said, eliminating, hackers that try to evade the whole platform. But if somebody is going to attack your application, you need to take care about it. So it's shared responsibility, huge investment in money and people to protect it. And I need to be really frank, Azure is like more than 10 years into, I cannot remember currently how old is Azure, but we didn't have any major disruption in the service in terms of the cyber attack. And that's something that is really, important to understand how many people, how many users, how many customers are there. And you can imagine the amount of the attacks that is happening daily, not just internally, as I said, red and blue team, but daily from external sources on Azure.
Thank you, Igor. yeah, cybersecurity and overall security and the physical security is very important. We see daily that we have situations that we need to handle in business to business, in private sector. So thank you for the answer.
Maybe if I can add one more thing. Imagine that you have server beneath your legs currently. Would it be more secure than the server somewhere in the world where you don't even know where it is? Because usually people think if I put things under my legs in my control, in my physical environment, it's going to be secure. But well, in my previous company, actually we had someone who came in, entered the premises, took the server under the arm and ran away. And well, that cannot happen with the cloud, right?
Yeah. At least it was safe with him. Thank you for that. I will move forward then and go back to Andrea and Renault. You were the last, and now you have the honor to be one of the first. One question more for you. So I know that Renault Nissan Group have some kind of a goal and a path moving to the cloud with all the solutions that can be in the cloud. Maybe what kind of challenges are you seeing with this in your corporations, and why did you move your access control to the cloud?
Yeah, certainly there are a few challenges, especially when you do consider that the automotive industry and the whole business is also, as well as Microsoft, quite prone to be the target of malicious people. And of course, we do have the core business is completely isolated from other, let's say, not so important things like doors. But still, it is a challenge to overcome and secure it. And of course, this is the challenge, and also the mindset that we are going to the cloud, to this off-site, not on-premises servers and so on. And more this, let's say, I was comparing a few years ago to today. We are now in the mindset that also our employees, our users, our let's say stakeholders do understand that moving to the cloud is actually in most cases better than having an on-premises let's say infrastructure. So yes, there are challenges, but the challenges, particularly within these few years right now, have been overcome. And I must commend Microsoft on this because with the situation of the pandemic that we are facing, the Microsoft solutions that we are also using are cloud-based and are actually helping within this mindset and our business to understand that the cloud solutions are actually more secure and extremely convenient. So for us, yes, there were challenges and we are overcoming it. And mostly it was the challenge of the mindset, not as much as the security, because as you mentioned, security is quite on a high level.
Great, thank you. Yeah, really the world have changed in the last year rapidly, and we shifted most of our processes in the business to business market to the cloud, to the remote work, and I know that Microsoft is also helping a lot on this. I know that Spica is also working a lot of on solutions for the managing workforce in the remote area. So once I heard one saying that cloud is not an option, it's an ultimate way. So I think in the future, one day we will all be in the cloud. Okay, thank you, Andrei. Patricio and Andro, you and I will finish and make a wrap up for this as a great host for today. So I will have a question first for Patricio and HID and ASA ABLE Group. Patricio, you are with us. We hear you.
Yes, perfectly.
Yeah, great. It was interesting to see how your company and you see the future of the access control, and wanted to check a little bit more. How do you see the future, and what products and the major technology trends do you see that will influence access control in the 2021? Not globally the future, but let's say next year, what do you expect to have in this area of technology trends in HID product portfolio?
Yes, exactly. In our case, we launched Signal readers this year. This is our new product that we recently launched, is the signature line of access control reader, and for us was the next access control reader experience, mainly because today supports more than 15 different technology, and also will support new technology in the futures. You know that there are coming new technology as ultra wideband and another technology on the field. So Signal reader is the technology that will be prepared for the next decade. So we are completely sure that Signal will be the next step to support several access control platform and solution based locally or in the cloud.
Great. Thank you for the time, and thank you for this answer.
Thank you.
And Andro, can we make a wrap up? Do you hear me? I don't hear you.
Yeah, now you can, I hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I move with a question for you?
Sure.
Renault as last presentation with our product solution presentation. Now I have something to ask you, and I know that you can demonstrate it. So how fast is the door cloud? How fast it communicates with the doors? And can you tell us a little bit more about that, or show it?
Okay, I'll try to do it really fast. Just a second. I believe you can see my phone now.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. This is the mobile app for opening doors, and at the same time for doing some administrative jobs. So you can see some doors now. For example, this one. So you have seen the reaction time, and the reaction time, actually what it tells you is that when you saw the green circle, the door was open and confirmed, so that the signal came back from the controller, and we are sure not just that we have granted the access, but actually that the access has been enabled on the lock. So it's pretty fast.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
In comparison from what we have seen on comparable solutions on the market, I haven't seen faster one, so that's good. I just wanted to show, to use this situation and to show something which is interesting for security people, for security companies. So what we can see here is the alarms and incidents collaboration platforms. So what you can do on your mobile phone, actually you can deal from anywhere, you can deal with your alarms and with your incidents, and that's, I think, very interesting for this the whole the whole business model of security providers, that they are offering security as a service to their customers and not just some technical solution. So I think also it's a bit of a game changer for security companies, especially in the region. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah,
that,
I see that
yeah.
the door cloud, and I use it daily also at my house. It's very convenient. It's very fast. I really like the option that I can open the door from wherever I want, especially the front door for the postman when I'm not home. Yeah. One more question. In the last time, today we were talking a lot of about RFID cards, those plastic cards. We forget them. Now the mobile phones, we have them all the time. But one more thing we have all the time. Those are the wearables. What do you say? Do we have some kind of option for that side? Something like
you mean the Apple Watch?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the answer is yes. It's just that is not published yet because it has been done quite recently. We have a new version of the mobile app, which we are actually showing you now. And with this new version of mobile app, it's also the Apple Watch is coming. So yeah, you can also open doors using your Apple Watch.
Great, great. Yeah, I see the future will be quite interesting for the users. Okay, before I make a wrap up, I will use this opportunity. I am sure that there is a lot of people listening to us in AS Adria in Security Summit. We are looking for the new partners in the region and globally. And if you are interested, you can contact Mr. Andrea on the email or me on the email, so andrea.pusic or dario.radosevic@spica.com, and we can send you more information about the system. And we have a special offer for this event, so you can get a 50% off on the demo equipment with a money-back guarantee if you bring back the equipment. This is a special offer for this event and all the participants, so you can use it. Nothing. So this is the wrap up. Thank you guys for joining us. Andrei, Patricio, Robin, Igor, Eugen, Andro, and Adria team. I think I didn't forget anyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to us. And if you have any questions, please be sure to contact us. Tariq and Amar, you can take over.
Dario, thank you for moderating this panel discussion. I sincerely hope that our audience enjoyed it. I surely did. A lot of useful solutions and practices were presented. Therefore, it was really beneficial for all of those who participated. I would just invite all of you to just greet for the end once more, and then we will call it night.